Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. My name is Sky King. Last year I made this video about how to set up a really cool load order to make your NPCs look a lot better. This year we're going to do much of the same, except the load order is completely different, and I'm adding clothing, weapons, and armor, plus animations. In addition to all of that, I will give you a list of core mods, or mods that most other mods will require you to have to make your NPCs look the best they can possibly be. I'm also going to take you through one really cool tip to make sure that you don't have any issues. So stick around for all of that. All right, here we go. Clothing. This is a very small load order with just two mods, Rustic Clothing and Modernize. Rustic Clothing has been around for a long time and is pretty much an industry standard when it comes to overhauling the vanilla clothing throughout the game. This does not cover armor and weapons, just the standard civilian clothing. With Modernize, it adds a bit of physics, especially to robes and dresses. Armor and weapons. Another small one, Cathedral Armory and Amidian-born Book of Silence. I know that Amidian-born armors, well, some of the Amidian-born armors are included in Cathedral, but not all of them. I prefer them over Cathedral, but Amidian-born doesn't cover all of the armor and weapons, so I have Cathedral to fill in the gaps. So Cathedral Armory first, and then Amidian-born Book of Silence after that. That should cover all of your armor and weapons needs. The only thing that's not covered is guard shields, and that's why I use Shields of the Holds, which updates all of the guard shields. Looks great. I'm a bit partial because I made the mod, but whatever. Little self-promotion doesn't hurt anyone. Next up, animations. Core mods are at the top of the list, but I use Pretty Jump animations, as you just saw, Pretty Combat animations, as you're seeing now. Both of these mods cover NPCs of both male and female. Leviathan Animations 2 for male, which is your walk, run, and idle animations, and Leviathan Animations, not the 2 version, just Leviathan Animations for female. Really great transitions between the various animations, and here's the idle look. For you mage characters, I like smooth magic casting animations, and for people with third-person preference, immersive interactions, which adds animations when you interact with things like doors and animals, and 360 Walk Run Plus, which adds cool camera for the third-person people. Next up, NPC appearances. This is pretty easy. Top is the core mods. For the NPC mods, the Ordinary Women, which is some face gen data if you like that, optional. Bits and Pieces for male and female skin. Lamenthia's Marks of Beauty, KS Hair Vanilla, and KS Hairdos. Get both of those. Highly, highly suggested. Verglamir's Aesthetic Brows, the Eyes of Beauty, Verglamir's Beards, and lastly, Seductive Lips. Now let's talk about that cool tip that I suggested. I have High Poly Head. High Poly Head is a really popular mod. It adds more polygons to the head of all of the NPCs. Well, no, the NPCs that you create. Now there are patches that bring up all of the vanilla NPCs to use the High Poly Head. That's its own mod. Go check them out. There's a lot of them out there. But here's the deal. If you use High Poly Head, but the other mods that you have for your NPCs are not High Poly Head compatible, you will have clipping issues, especially with hair and eyebrows. So when you download your hair and eyebrows, make sure that you also grab, in addition to, the High Poly variant. Okay, so you need both. You get, for instance, you get your eyebrows mod, and then you also get the High Poly Head version of the brows mod. And then you won't have any clipping or issues. This goes, I know, especially for hair and eyebrows and beards. There's probably other things out there too, but if you see a High Poly version of a mod, a High Poly Head version of a mod, make sure that you get that also. All right, so that's your tip to help you and save you a lot of struggling and pain in the future. So basically, this whole load order focuses on updating everything in the base game. So updated clothes, armor, and weapons. And then we've updated all of the NPCs throughout the game, including the base vanilla NPCs with new body meshes, hair, skin, eyes, eyebrows, beards, lips, etc., etc. So there should be zero conflicts and you get a whole fresh looking game. Now, if you're looking for new armors, new clothing, new weapons, new NPCs, those are going to be their own separate mods. What this load order looks at is updating everything in your base game without relying on anything else, so there's no compatibility issues and so forth. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. If you have better recommendations or you just want to share your own personal NPC load order, put that down in the comments below. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you all next time.